What's up, Cambridge Wrestling family? Coach Rice here today, looking at something fun here for you. I created a 2016 to 2020, the last 4 years, our Cambridge Wrestling team. I created an all-star team for you. And what you had to do to qualify was you had to have a winning record. You had to wrestle at that weight or allow your descent plan to wrestle at that weight during that year. And so what I did is I put the wrestler's name, the year that they wrestled, their grade, and their record of that year. And I'm also going to say something about that person during that season, kind of a defining moment or something that I'll always remember. At 106 pounds, we had Shane Howard. This was the 2017-2018 year. He was 32-17. He was a freshman. His kind of defining moment that I'll always remember that year was he won the Elwood Invite, and by winning the Elwood Invite, it helped us push past Maxwell and win that championship for the fifth year in a row. At 113 pounds, we have Jacob Corbett. This was this past season. He wrestled that at 2019-2020. He amassed a record of 23-22 as a freshman. His defining moments were wrestling against the Arapahoe Kid all season long, and getting a defensive pin at Southwest against the Hitchcock County Kid. At 120 pounds, Clay Sayer wrestled for us in 2017-2018. He amassed a record of 24-23 as a freshman, and kind of Clay that whole year wrestled JV because we had some hammers around him. And kind of his defining moment was being able to wrestle varsity at his actual weight, and he got second at the Southwest Invite by wrestling varsity. At 126 pounds, we had John Tenmenzel. This was his junior year at 2018-2019. He amassed a record of 24-8. Memory that I'll always remember of John is wrestling the Kinney Kid from Loomis Bertrand and always getting the better of him. Those were always exciting matches. And also his power bomb down there at state. He was a two-time state qualifier as well. At 132 pounds, we had Zach Sickles. He wrestled actually 126 pounds for us in 2017-2018. I bumped him up. He amassed a record of 31-15. He was a junior and he was a one-time state qualifier. One of my fondest memories of Zach is winning his medal match. Third and fourth place at districts his junior year, and by winning that medal match, it kind of helped propel us to get to the state duels that year. We're actually open at 138 pounds. I couldn't really find anyone with a winning record or with anyone. Really, we just haven't had anybody wrestle 138 pounds. At 145 pounds, I put Connor Bonshoff there. He wrestled 152 pounds for us as a senior, actually, in 2016-2017. His descent plan allowed him to go there. He was 40-9. He was a four-time state qualifier, and that year he got sixth. Connor's moment that I remember, there's a lot of them. Districts his senior year, kind of some crazy matches with Baptista, and then his crazy match in the quarterfinals at state against Atkinson, where he kind of caught him in a cradle and got the pin and secured getting a state medal. At 152 pounds, we had Josh Paisley. He wrestled that for us. In 2019-20, I actually misspoke there. He actually wrestled 160 pounds for us, but his descent plan allowed him to go down, so I bumped him down. He amassed a record of 20-9. He was a senior, and he was a one-time state qualifier. My fondest memories of Josh are just cradling the heck out of the kid from Creighton. I think he cradled him 9 times in the 2 matches that he wrestled him in those 2 days. At 160 pounds, we got Bobby Evans. Bobby actually wrestled 170 pounds this year. We're kind of stacked in here through 170 through 195, so I kind of had to push somebody down, and Bobby got pushed down. He amassed a record his sophomore year at 38-16 at 170 pounds. Like I said, his descent plan allowed him to go there. He was a sophomore, and he's actually a one-time state qualifier. My fondest memories of Bobby are just his grit, his work ethic, and his grunting. He wrestled the second and third place medalist that year, and lost to the second place medalist by 2 points and the third place medalist by 4 points at that district invite. Those were the state medalists, I should say. At 170 pounds, we had Matt Pearson. Matt also, he wrestled 182 pounds that year, but his descent plan, let him go down to 170, so I pushed him down. He was 44-7. His senior year, he was a 2-time state qualifier and got 4th. My fondest memories of Matt are just ripping kids apart with that bear hug, and his semifinal match at state, getting up 5-0 right away, and just that feeling of he's going to get it done. At 182 pounds, we had Drew Sprinkle. He wrestled that for us in 2018-2019. He was a senior. He's 35-10. He's a one-time state qualifier and placed 4th. My fondest memory of Drew is his third and fourth place match at state. Just a crazy match. Just could have went any way. Drew was actually winning into the last seconds and just got tossed. And it's a match that I'll never forget. It was an amazing match. Probably one of the best matches I've ever watched out of a high school kid. Just a fun, could go any way match with just some really good wrestling. At 195 pounds, we have Trace Doyle. He wrestled 195 for us in 2016, 2017. He was 38-9 as a senior. He's a one-time state qualifier and placed fifth. My fondest memories of Trace are actually at practice and just how hard he worked. His dedication to make it to state, and once he got to state, to be a state medalist, are just something that I'll always remember about him. 220 pounds, we had Seth Andrew. He wrestled that for us in 2017, 2018. He amassed a huge record of 45-7. 45 wins is actually our school record. He's a two-time state qualifier and placed fourth. My fondest memories of Seth are hitting the slide by. You know, he was the master of the slide by, and just about any kid that he wrestled, he hit the slide by, and it was an awesome takedown, and it's something that I'll always remember about him. At 285 pounds, we had Tyler Schultz. Tyler Schultz amassed a record of 42-12 in the years of 2017, 2018. He was actually a three-time state qualifier, placed fifth and sixth. My fondest memory of Tyler was the district final match that went into overtime against the Oakland Craig kid. If he wins the match, we qualify for the state duels. If he doesn't win the match, we don't qualify. Nobody knew it at that time, but going back and looking at it, it was that close. And Tyler secured a nice little takedown there in overtime to kind of send us to the state duels and be district champ. And we actually ended up having 3 district champs that year, Matt, Seth, and Tyler. And that was just an awesome feeling. This team, this all-star team, would have amassed a record of 436 and 164, filling 13 weight classes. And so I even took it a little bit further, and I looked at the total number of state points scored. So I only used the state points based on like the year or the weight that I put them at. They would have amassed 101.5 points. In 2017, they would have placed third. 2018, second. 2019, they would have placed third. And then 2020, they also would have placed third. Now, that's just hypothetical. You know, things could have been different based on where kids would have been at. Duel-wise, I think we could have probably won the state duels almost every single one of those years because we would have just had an incredibly crazy lineup in the bottom 7 weight classes. It would have been so much fun. You know, that's what this video is about, is just for fun, just to create this all-star team. It's a fantasy team of the last 4 years. And if you're not on there, and you're a freshman or you're a sophomore, or you're an 8th grader or whatever, you're a 6th grader, look at this and just see what it takes to become, an all-star team member. We have all these members on here. I think there's 7 medalists, 7 total medals, 6 medalists in different weight classes. And, doing that, our best place was second. So these are the things that it would take for us to kind of get to that top 10 or, the top 5 or top 2, we got to have multiple medalists. So just kind of look at this video and realize, wow, there's work to do always, and put that in your brain during this time of being relaxed and not a whole lot to do. So find something to do, if you're a wrestler, if you're a parent, you're a fan. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope I didn't upset anybody. These are just kind of my opinions. This is for fun. I hope everybody enjoys it, and I hope everybody stays safe during this time. Go Trojans.